All this week, News 10 featuring summer adventures close to home. Tonight, we're heading back to the Wildlife Safari.
The park in Winston is hoping you can help it expand. News 10's Molly Trotter has more in tonight's special report.
The dry heat of southern Oregon gives the Wildlife Safari that real safari feel. Most of the wild animals roaming free, but for the elephants, it's a different story. Tava, Alice, and George are confined to a specific area built just for them, painting pots called eleplants to raise money for more room to roam.
We're doing the eleplants to help fund our exhibit expansion. What we're wanting to do is expand out into Asia and build them a pool. Primarily, the plants are funding a pool. They go into a special funding for it, so we're very, very excited to have these here.
The eleplants are mini plant pots that the elephants paint in their spare time.
One of Alice's favorite activities to do is to paint, and so we figured, what can we do to raise funds for our exhibit expansion that would be fun for her as well.
Each of the elephants painting one pot at a time.
We use sponges, which you've seen, because they have water that runs through their nose all the time. So if we didn't use sponges, it would turn into watercolors. And she'll target it to the pot or the canvas and paint it up.
The goal of the fundraiser is to complete phase 1 of the elephant expansion, building an elephant pool.
Elephants love to play in the water, and even though their size is a little daunting, you might not think they're quite as graceful as they are, but you see them in the water, and the way that they swim and play in the water is just, it's so much fun to watch, and it's so much fun for the elephants.
Elephants are constantly throwing dirt on their skin in an effort to keep cool. But with the new pool, Elephant Supervisor Katie Alayam wouldn't have to worry about her herd overheating.
We know that the pool is going to be about 6 feet deep, so we need a lot of concrete to be able to fill the pool hole that we're going to be digging for it. At this point, we've raised at least $10,000 already towards the project between the sales of the eleplants that you've already talked about or seen, and then also the ornaments that the elephants painted. So those different fundraisers are a way that we're helping to raise money.
As for Alice, the only way she and the others can cool down with water is by a hose.
She's going to love the pool. We have drinkers right now, and we have hoses for them to play in when it gets kind of hot, and they love to play in water. So I can only imagine what it'll be like with a full-on pool for them to be able to submerge and splash around and play with one another in.
The expansion is set to take place behind the existing exhibit into this gully and up onto the hillside once they raise all the funds. Covering your news in Winston, Molly Trotter, News 10.
The pool is just the first phase of the elephant expansion. The safari has up to 70 acres to expand over time.